In many cases, individual management incentives that companies give, like parking spaces or special offices, can also create workplace separations. This management-only perk system sometimes makes regular employees find it hard to get any sense of team and collaboration. This separation is also created when their bosses hold just management meetings, hang out in only management circles, or withhold financial or other confidential company information. In most cases, this so-called sensitive financial reporting can be easily found in the daily financial pages of any paper or website, especially if it's a publicly traded company. So why not share the news with all the team? Good leaders, on the other hand, will endeavor to include the members of the organization, whether as individuals or teams, and will also put real effort into listening to and learning from those same people throughout their organization. Including subordinates by listening is one of the clearest ways leaders can show respect, build trust, and develop high-performing individuals, and more importantly, create and foster teamwork. Studies have shown that in many organizations, many non-management associates are afraid to speak up during meetings and other functions. This makes it critical for leaders to spend the necessary amount of time not just developing strategic plans and vision, but also in the departments and on the sales or manufacturing floor with the people throughout the organization and listen to the associates. These are the people that have the day-to-day connection with conditions and customers that sometimes gets lost in the upper management bubbles. Good leaders also believe in feedback and communication and will use all the methods at their disposal, meetings, email, focus groups, trade, and industry information, to brainstorm, get input, and set priorities, and then communicate back new ideas to their teams and organizations. Real leaders understand that there are no shortcuts to reaching their organization's goals and objectives. It takes not only a clear vision and steady hand, but it also takes time. Many companies have faltered simply due to not having the discipline to avoid the temptation of attractive shortcuts and other quick-fix solutions. As the author of the system in this book, I hesitate to say it, but must now go ahead and confess, there are no new leadership formulas. What is puzzling sometimes is, although this statement is very true, many managers, typically new to their positions, keep searching for the newest and latest quick-fix leadership shortcuts anyway. These are generally the people who are the first in the office to have the annoying habit of using the most recent buzzwords in meetings and informal gatherings. Effective leadership in most work environments, however, can only come from experience in that position and time, willingness to lead by example and persuasion, and a real desire on the executive's part for continued professional learning and self-development. These aren't available through any shortcuts, as it takes the leader identifying their own particular strengths and weaknesses and then using targeted methods of improvement. The system in this book, for example, will show techniques for the identification of these attributes so the leader can then actually address ways of improvement. The bottom line is, leaders should understand there are no shortcuts to reaching their organization's goals and objectives. It takes an articulated vision. For a concept to be useful to the group, it must be able to be understood by the entire organization, and the discipline to be able to invest the time, training, and resources to enable the members of the team to execute that vision. Another main point, although seemingly obvious, is that for a company strategy or vision to be successfully implemented by the organization, the vision and/or strategy must be shared and known to the entire team, not just management. You would be surprised how many associate or frontline members of many businesses have no idea what the current actual business strategy or vision is in their organization. So don't let your company be one of these. An easy way to find out if your company is communicating the overall company strategy effectively is simply to spend time on the sales or manufacturing floor and ask the newest associates if they know the company strategy. If they do not, and don't be surprised when, more often than not, they won't know it, this means your leadership team definitely needs more work on effective communication. Communicating the company strategy needs to be incorporated into the new associate training as part of any onboarding process from day one.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.